Hi, today I'm going to talk about plastic water bottles and some reasons why you should replace them for a reusable one. Every person watching this video in some capacity uses plastic water bottles, some more often than others, and some may even be using one as they watch. I'm going to explain the logistics behind plastic water bottle production, the consequences of their use, and why they are so important and easy to avoid. First, I want to tell you why this topic is so important to me. Can anyone relate to this scenario? For me, it was a huge issue from the time I first got my driver's license. Between the waste I was creating and the money I was spending to create it, something had to change. Initial excuses for not using a reusable water bottle ranged from it's too heavy, I don't like the taste of them, whatever it was pure avoidance. So let's take a look at what it requires to produce a plastic water bottle. One plastic water bottle is made of a petroleum-based product called polyethylene terephthalate, which does not biodegrade and can take up to 1,000 years to decompose, resulting in pollutants leaking into our soil and water. One bottle needs a quarter or 25% the capacity of a plastic water bottle worth of oil. This translates to 17 million or around 17 million barrels of oil used in plastic water bottle production each year, enough to fuel over 1 million cars traveling up to 150,000 miles each. Remind you, we aren't accounting for all of the oil needed to fuel the fleets of trucks transporting the plastic bottles from production warehouses to retail and so on. And I don't think we need to talk about the poisonous fracking process which gets us our oil in the first place. Needless to say, from production to distribution, the extremely fossil fuel demanding reality of plastic water bottles is grim. On the other hand, it is an extremely water-intensive process requiring 3 times the amount of water in a plastic water bottle just to make one container. So let's look at how this affects us from a financial perspective. The average person in America drinks more than 30 gallons of plastic water bottles each year, translating to almost 200 individual bottles. If the average bottled water in the US costs about $1.45 and the average bottles of water consumed a year are 200, then it costs us about $290 a year on plastic waters. Now, it is important to note that the price of $1.45 is a little misleading due to the fact that a large number of bottles are purchased as a pack of 24 rather than individually. Bottles at gas stations, fast food establishments, and UNLV in particular, where we usually buy them at our most convenient situation, are surely more expensive. Let's see how this relates to us by kind of changing our perspective on it. Knowing that UNLV adds a tax to all purchases of plastic bottled water on campus in an attempt to combat the problem, let's round up and say the average bottle of water is $2. Let's say we enroll for both 16-week semesters in the school year, 32 weeks, and go to campus for class 4 days a week. If we purchase a plastic water bottle on only 2 of those 4 days spent on campus during the year, then we would still be spending almost $130 a year on plastic water bottles, on campus alone. Right now on Amazon, Hydro Flasks are selling for $44.95. The numbers speak for themselves. Going one step further, UNLV has taken initiative by installing over 20 hydration stations around campus which serve free filtered water at all times, which are paid for by the money actually that the plastic water bottle tax yields. With facilities already in place on campus, somewhere we spend so much of our time, it makes the initial switch from plastic water bottles that much easier. And UNLV clearly taking a stance means that this issue is a lot more pressing than we would initially expect. So if all the facts and knowledge being spread out about how much irreversible damage plastic water bottle production and consumption is doing to our planet's oceans, clean air, and most importantly, marine life, wasn't incentive enough to change your outlook on using them, hopefully saving some money and doing the right thing combined will be. And that is all.